What's going on, guys? And I'm back today with another video, and I'm just going to be going over the concept of just the times that you should be trading and the time zones that you should be having the window to trade. So you shouldn't be looking at the charts 24/7. That is not what you're supposed to be doing when trading. It's just unhealthy, and you're just gonna grow bored and tired of the charts, and you're gonna be stressed as a motherfucker. On God. So this is a simple concept, but even though it's simple, a lot of people don't know that there are certain times that you should be trading. And the time zones, not the time zones, but the time windows that I suggest everyone should be trading are either London session or New York session. And if you don't know the time zones that these are from, New York session is from 7 in the morning EST to 11 a.m. EST. And London session is from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. EST. These are the two sessions that move the most, and I'm going to show you guys that here. So I'm just going to go to a random point. Let's just go over here. We're going to look at the times where we had the most volume. So let's look down here, this area down here. Let's look at the session that this started to move. What is this? Midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. retraced at around 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. had that push. So what do we see? Just from here, this one example here, you see that these zones, London session and New York session, tend to have the most volume. And the thing is, these aren't the only two sessions. The other third session that is the most important is Asian session. But Asian session is between 6 p.m. EST to right before, I'm not sure with London. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up now, just because I'm not sure. I never trade London Asian session. Damn, I forget what Asian session even is. Times. Asian session is 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's GMT though. What's EST? Where's it at? God damn it. Block. Where's this shit at? Yo, not GMT, EST. God damn. 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. That's not right. That's not right. Where is it at? Alright, whatever. But Asian session is fucking rangy, so no one trades it. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But Asian session is the one session that ranges the most, and it tends to be the less active when it comes to major moves in the market. So the major times that you want to trade are London and London and New York session. And the one thing that is very crucial when trading these sessions is London session tends to make a high or a low, and the New York session tends to be a retracement to then continue the overall trend of what the London session was overall doing. So for example, if you look over here, let's just find an example. Right here, the one we're looking at. London session made that low and then showed that overall it wanted to go higher. It did. New York session had a retracement, and then that overall was just a retracement of the London session move to have a continuation. Let's look for another example. Same thing right here. New York session had this overall move. Look for another example. Right here is around, what is this? This is Asian session. Try to see, because lately US 30 hasn't been moving as crazy. But look right here, 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. This is where a lot of volume comes in the market, as you can see. What is this move? This is in the morning, so 5 a.m. all the way down to 10 a.m. is when you had this full move, which is New York session. Right here, 12. This is the ending of New York session. So this is going into Asian session, where it's such a range. Up here, New York session has this major drop. Right up here, New York session had this major drop. As you can see, New York session had this major drop. New York session had this major drop, then had this push to end it. As you can see, these are the time zones that move the most often. So you just higher your probability of having winning trades and not getting stuck in consolidation when you trade at these times. And it also just gives you a window to trade. You're not sitting there wondering when you should be trading. You know what times you need to be looking at the charts and what times that you can expect the majority of the major daily moves to happen. So you're not just all confused. You know when you have your strategy, so you know what you're looking for. Now you know what sessions that had the most volume, so you know what to look for and when to look for it. And these are the most important sessions. As many of you know, these are the times that majority of the people trade. And for example, with US 30, the most important time to trade is around 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 a.m. EST, because that is the New York Stock Exchange open. And that is when US 30 gets a lot of volume in the market. So if you go to the 30-minute time frame and just look at the New York sessions where the most volume comes in, this one candle was the 9:30 open. Let's look at more examples. This candle right here, 8:30. This candle right here was 9:30 open. Look for more examples. This candle right here, 9:30 candle. This candle right here was a 9:30 candle. As you can see, these 9:30 candles tend to be the biggest candles. This was a 9:30 candle right here. As you can see over here, this was the 9:30 candle right here. You can see these 9:30 candles, which are the New York Stock Exchange open candles on US 30, tend to have the most volume, because this is when the New York Stock Exchange opens and majority of the volume comes into the market. So it just gives you, it higher your probability of winning trades. That's all we want to do. We want to lower the probability of losing trades, and we want to higher the probability of having winning trades. And the thing about this is you become disciplined also, because now that you know what times to trade and what to look for, you got to stay disciplined and have the consistency to do this over and over again, day by day. So you overall become better overall in trading and in your mindset overall. So basically, you just want to avoid Asian session. You want to try your best to trade New York session and London session, because these have the most volume. You just trade whichever one works best for you. You want to keep trading that same window. Keep in mind that these are the most important sessions, so the most is going to happen during these days, and the overall daily bias that you have is more than likely going to take place during these times of the day. And also just keep in mind the London and New York session continuation. So if London session shows you that it wants to go higher, you can anticipate that more than likely New York session will try to have a retracement to then see higher prices later on in the day. This isn't always going to happen, but these tend to be the cleanest trades. And if you watch my other video on the most important setup, and the setup that is the easiest to trade is the London session and New York session continuation move, because this is the, if you watch my previous video on order blocks and imbalances, this is the overall setup that we tend to look for. And if you keep in mind that all the confirmations you want to have the fib confirmation along with the order block confirmation. And you also want to keep in mind that if you have these confirmations and this is a London low created by a New York high that has a retracement, so if you have all these confirmations and you have the time of day that go with it, your probability of having that winning trade is just skyrockets. So you have a low risk reward, not low risk reward, you have a low risk for a high reward, and you also have a high probability that this trade is going to go your direction. So you just want to keep all those things in mind at all times. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. I know a lot of people at first, they don't realize how simple it is to just higher probability of having winning trades, but it's as simple as avoiding Asian session. Don't trade around those times, and you want to trade during the sessions that have the most volume, because if you know that the volume is going to come in at a certain time, you have a 50% chance of winning the trade at that point. Depending on your analysis on how you do your chart markups, that's all going to depend whether you win the trade or not, because now you know when the volume is going to come in. You just have to pick the right bias and pick the right direction that the market's going to go, and then from there your probability of winning that trade is just higher than it would have ever been. So hopefully this video tells you guys just when you should be trading, what you should be looking for. If you want to know how I trade, just watch my previous videos on my strategy and the confirmation that I use, and just tie that with time of day, the session you're trading, with the volume, and just having the patience to wait for these setups. You'll be good. That's all you need. I'm telling you, back test it and you'll see yourself. So that's really it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Before the video ends, I just want to let you guys know that I run a free Telegram chat that I am actively in every single morning, talking about what I expect to happen in US 30, giving you guys entry signals for when I take trades, and I do this every single day. Not every day I catch trades, but that's to be expected. But majority of the time, I'm going to have 3 to 5 trades a week, and I do this all for free. I help people. I'm actively growing this Telegram chat, and I do it all for free. So if you want to better your trading and want to learn a strategy for free and just want to have a community of like-minded traders, the link is in the description to my free Telegram chat, and I'll see you guys there. Also, make sure to like on this video, comment on this video, and also make sure you look at all my other videos and concepts that I discuss on trading and how to better yourself as an individual overall. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to be actively notified when I post more videos. I post every single week, multiple times, 2 to 3 times at minimal. Also follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. These are the 2 apps that I'm the most consistent on. I post my daily life. I also post trading related concepts, fitness, health, motivation, all of the above. And that's really it. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.